Savannah Chrisley reveals her mother's response to the Masked Singer performance. The Masked Singer traveled down the yellow brick road to celebrate the Wizard of Oz night, revealing one more participant. The Afghan Hound was identified as Savannah Chrisley following the March 13th show. Following her unmasking, the former Chrisley Knows Best actress tells TODAY.com that despite having no musical abilities whatsoever, she chose to do the program so her parents could see the occasion. Chrisley's parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, were found guilty of financial fraud, tax evasion, and conspiracy to defraud the United States. They are currently serving 12 and 7 years in prison, respectively. When the opportunity arose, I was initially hesitant. But then I was like, you know what? This is my moment to say yes. Stop saying no to things because you're uncomfortable, and instead say yes because you're uncomfortable, she says. I also knew my parents would be able to see this, so they would continue to be a part of our journey and lives. So that's the main reason I said yes. Savannah Chrisley said her mother, Julie Chrisley, witnessed the show live. She called me after and she was dying, laughing, she said. And that's what made it all worthwhile. This is why I did it. She was smiling, and I said, I did wonderful, didn't I? She was like, oh, yeah, maybe don't ever sing again. Savannah Chrisley adds that her siblings playfully warned her singing wasn't for her. My siblings said, don't ever do that again. I'm pretty sure they said it was cringy, because that's what kids say nowadays, she laughs. They said, don't do that again. It was hilarious. It made me quite uncomfortable to see. It was really horrible. Despite her family's comments and her elimination, she says she's delighted she participated on the show. I was just so pleased of myself for going out there and doing it because, as I previously stated, it was completely outside of my comfort zone. I was extremely uncomfortable doing it, she explains. And I just knew I didn't have the talent to get up there and sing. She admits that she takes life a little too seriously sometimes. I'm always in fight mode, especially the past year and a half of my life, or just fighting for what's right and fighting for my parents. She claims the opportunity allowed her to not fight, laugh at herself, and have fun. During the second episode, 4 new celebrities approached the stage in an attempt to impress panelists Robin Thicke, Ken Jeong, Jenny McCarthy-Wahlberg, and this season's newcomer Rita Ora, and advanced to the next round. The broadcast began with a version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow by Season 4 champion Leanne Rimes. The viewers were then introduced to Group B contenders Gumball, Cleopatra, Afghan Hound, and Beats. Ultimately, one contestant needed to be revealed. How did each contender perform? Gumball began the night's masked performances by performing Jack Haley's If I Only Had a Heart before moving on to Kelly Clarkson's Heartbeat song. Cleopatra stumped the candidates by singing Stormy Weather by Etta James, but the Afghan Hound had the crowd laughing along with her while singing The Lion Sleeps Tonight by the Tokens. Beats impressed the judges with their harmonies as they performed a duet of Michael Bubbles' Home. Following the judge and audience ballots, Afghan Hound and Gumball received the fewest votes. The 2 contestants then faced off in SmackDown. Each had one more chance to impress the panelists by performing Ding Dong, The Witch is Dead by Harold Arlen and Yip Harburg, who was unmasked. Finally, Afghan Hound was uncovered. But first, the panelists guessed who was behind the mask. Thicke thought it was Bethany Frankel, McCarthy-Wahlberg thought it was Brooke Hogan, Jeong thought it was Olivia Jade Janelli, and Ora picked Sistine Stallone. All 4 panelists were mistaken since it was Savannah Chrisley. McCarthy-Wahlberg screamed, I was going to guess you. Upon the revelation, Nick Cannon, the host, asked Chrisley why she had decided to participate in the show. One of the main reasons I did this was that I knew my parents would be able to witness it, which was really important to me. Honestly, my life over the past year has changed drastically, she told me. Lost both of my parents to the federal system, and now I have custody of my 15-year-old brother and 10-year-old sister, so if I can teach them anything, it's take every opportunity that comes your way and don't back down. She stated that she understands singing is not for me. I don't know what a note is, nor do I know what rhythm is, but it was a good experience, she said with a laugh. Next week, Group C will perform at Girl Group Night.